Hey guys, my name is Sam.
And I'm Angela, and welcome to our channel.
Hold up, wait a second, where are we?
We are actually in Sam's workshop.
This is your workshop too, you work here.
I do work here.
This is the space of our business, it's also my workshop, yes. But just want to get that out of the way because you may be wondering where we were, and that's where we are.
It's a nice air-conditioned area without bugs right now.
And a little bit distance from our two feral children so they can be wild and crazy kids, and we can think and focus and get this video done for you guys. Because honestly, it's been on our to-do list for a little bit. That being said, Angela, what have we got in store for them today?
We have another home tour that we are going to do. This one is of the Frontier House by Clayton, and it is a Rutledge home.
What does that mean? Tell them what it means.
Rutledge is the factory that makes it. It's the actual maker of the home. So it's under Clayton, but Rutledge is who makes the home. The reason I make a point of saying that it is a Rutledge home is that the Rutledge homes are a little bit fancier than the others. They usually have full drywall throughout, a little bit upgraded countertops and cabinets and that type of thing.
They also have better construction, and also it's worth saying they have a bigger price. But we wanted to take time to tour a premium home, and one that honestly changed our whole idea and mindset of what a manufactured home could actually look like. This is the Frontier home. It is sold by Clayton and made by Rutledge. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home around 1,980 square feet, and from what you can tell on the outside, does not look like your normal manufactured home.
The first thing that looks different on this home is it has a 512 pitch roof, which makes it look more like a traditional home. It also has 8.5 foot walls on the inside, so it makes it feel a lot more roomier as you're going through the home.
Walking into the home, you are greeted with what they call the great room. So you have right there in the middle a nice rock wood burning fireplace, and left and right you could have windows, or in this model they put a French door, or I guess what they call an atrium door, to the right side of the fireplace so you can walk through the room and get to the great outdoors.
Turning to the right, you go to the dining room and the kitchen. It is a pretty spacious kitchen. It has lots and lots of cabinets, which is something that the past ones we've looked at have not had. So this one is a big step up from that. We also go into the utility room, which has a nice big closet that could be used for a pantry or extra storage or something like that, which is really nice to have. You always have to have extra storage.
I also like that there is an exterior door right there on the end of the home, which is in your laundry room or pantry room, and makes that space kind of act like a mud room. But then there's still that solid door between that room and your kitchen to separate the spaces. Walking back through the kitchen and around the table, we turn and go into the master bedroom. This one is pretty standard size, which most of the homes we looked at, they're around 15 foot by 15 foot as far as the size of the master, which for us, moving from a single wide, feels huge, but maybe that's standard. The master bedroom also includes his and her walk-in closets, which may or may not be a pro. We'll talk to you about that in a second, and that brings you into the master bath.
Next is the master bath, which has a big tub, a big shower, and a separated toilet that has its own door.
So you can do your stuff behind closed doors. The state closet.
It also has his and her vanities on opposite sides.
Coming back out of the bathroom, walking through the master bedroom, we go back and through the great room. You guys sticking with us here? And then on the other side of the great room, you have the 2 bedrooms of this home. So this is a split bedroom floor plan where the master is split from the other bedrooms. The rooms themselves, anything fancy about them?
No, they were of good size.
They had single windows inside and
walk-in closets.
Yes. So there you go. That's about all you could say on those bedrooms.
And coming to an end is the second bathroom, which is pretty basic, but it has everything that you need.
Alright, let's talk about the pros of this house. What are the good things? What do we like? I think we have to start with that exterior, because honestly, I saw this house on Facebook and said, oh my gosh, we gotta go look at this. We probably can't afford it, but let's go look at it.
And it changed our view on what manufactured homes could look like.
Absolutely. I didn't know that a manufactured home could have a modified roof on it and up to a 512 pitch roof. That totally changes how your curb appeal looks. It also adds an attic space, although not usable, but it does have room up there. There's a little hatch in the pantry room, I think, on this home where you could see the access to the attic. Cool, I guess. But the other thing we really liked was what?
The porch.
Yes. That probably spoiled us rotten, to be honest. The stonework, the white railing, yeah.
Whatever they do.
Wow, it was really nice.
The front porch was big enough that you could put 2 chairs on there for me and him to sit out and watch the kids in the yard, sit out there for thunderstorms,
Make
whatever.
faces at the neighbors.
Yeah.
You know.
And it was already there. It's not something that you have to wait until after the house is built and then add it to it. It was there ready to go.
So that definitely made a huge difference on the initial, straight off the lot, I guess you could say, curb appeal on how your home would look. Another pro is in your realm, and that's about the kitchen and your uppers.
Yes, this kitchen had a lot of uppers. It had a lot of lowers too.
You gotta explain that one in case I didn't
Base
see the other
cabinets.
video.
Okay. Upper cabinets are the ones that are above the countertop. I think some people call them wall cabinets. And then there are the base cabinets that's at the bottom. And there were a big number of both of those. It even had pantry cabinets to the left of the fridge.
Which is good for homeschool stuff.
It really is. We need that space.
We have a lot of homeschool stuff, apparently. Another pro is the laundry and pantry area with the exterior entrance. Kind of the mudroom feel, I think is what most people would call it. I liked it because where we want to put a home on our property, that door would be right at our driveway. So super easy access into the home for us. And then a dumping ground of shoes and stuff, hopefully to keep it out of the great room, living room area.
One thing that we noticed when we walked into this house is that it had a lot of big windows, especially in the kitchen dining room area. Just big windows to let in lots of light, which is something that I love.
Speaking of something you love, how about that great room?
Yes, it has lots of space. You could definitely fit more than 4 people in it, say for a party or something like that, and that was a big plus.
I also like the fireplace in the great room. It definitely anchors the room. It gives you something to look at, I guess you could say, other than the TV. It comes as a wood-burning fireplace, but does have the option for gas logs to be retrofitted if need be. And the last thing on our pros list is that all the bedrooms have walk-in closets, of which the master bedroom has 2. So that's pretty cool.
Now let's talk about the cons, the things that we didn't quite like about this home. First thing, there is a sink in the island in the kitchen. That's kind of one of those things that we've said that we don't really like, and it is there. There is also not as much room to go through the kitchen. Let's say somebody's doing the dishes and has the dishwasher open. There's no room to walk through right there. If somebody's in the refrigerator, there's no room to walk through right there. So that was kind of like a bottleneck sort of thing.
Yeah, and the fridge kitchen area is the heart of the home. Your kitchen is the heart of the home. And as we spent more time in there, we're like, well, if you're doing dishes or somebody's in the fridge, ugh. So that was definitely a con on our book.
So one of the things that I didn't really like were the 2 closets in the master bedroom. It seemed kind of overkill to do 2 of them. Why not just one together? And then the same thing with the sinks in the bathroom. They did them separately, kind of like they were trying to do a symmetrical type thing, but it's overkill. You don't really need 2 sinks on either side like that. You can put them together and share what you have.
Yeah, I think you're right though. I think that it was a design choice. Whoever designed the home probably wanted it symmetrical, which, okay, kudos to you for symmetry there or carrying the theme into the bathroom. But for us, it did seem kind of weird and wasteful maybe. I don't know. Maybe we're alone in that thought, but to us, it was something that kind of stuck out as being a little bit different.
Another con that we saw was that there's not really a clear opening to the backyard, and you can't really see to the backyard much, which is something that we kind of want to highlight because we're going to have a bigger backyard, and that's where the boys play a lot and where we do our outside living.
When you're inside the home, as far as your main living areas, you only have 2 windows that look into the backyard, and one of which is your door. They're both in the great room. One is on the left side of the fireplace, the other is on the right, and that is it. You have a ton of windows in the home facing the front yard. They do great for that, but as far as that outdoor living cohesive feel, it was a little lacking in that arena. And the last con on the list is actually a very big con and a huge criteria as we've looked for homes, and that is an actual office space for me.
He really needs an office to be able to put some of his work in there. He has 3D printers that he needs to have with him and that sort of thing, so it wouldn't just fit in the bedroom with us or something like that. And this house had no room for any of that.
I'm over here just smiling because I feel like you're like defending me, going to bat for me. This is why he needs it. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely want an office space in this new home. Currently, I've been sitting at a little desk in our living room, and that works fine, but I think my stuff is spreading around a little bit in the living room, and it's tight spaces, and if you're getting a house and you're going to buy something new, why not get what you want? So that was a con, that it doesn't have an office space.
So now that we've gone through the pros and cons and you've seen the walkthrough and everything, I have to say this is a very nice home. It does not look like a manufactured home on the inside. It really looks like a stick-built home.
I think that I've opened a can of worms for both of us. We both opened a can of worms by looking at this home because it shows us what a manufactured home can be. It definitely shows you what paying for upgrades like taller ceilings or walls and that new roof or higher pitched roof, what that can feel like. So we've probably really messed up, but we really were surprised at the same time.
Well guys, thanks for coming along as we toured another home. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. We would love to hear them. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.
Bye.